Shalom, everybody. This is Sephora, editor-in-chief from artisticministry.net, and also the research editor, the artistic editor, and every other editor that ever existed. That's me. Okay, so I wanted to do a video. I'm kind of hard-pressed for time, but I wanted to just do this quick video, and I wanted to really, there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try to make this a very brief, short video. I probably won't get through everything that I wanted to talk about, but I just wanted to give it, a go. And basically, one of the first things that I wanted to talk about is, I know that today is 4th of July, and for a lot of people, it's a day of celebration to commemorate the Independence Day, and Independence Day for I guess for Europeans. I know that for my ancestors, Hebrew slaves, we were not free. That was not an Independence Day for us, and I don't believe Native Americans are celebrating this day either, or a lot of those Native Americans who are, awakened as to what's going on. I don't think that they're celebrating this day either. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is that we know that Christianity has been, basically, it's been infiltrated and just mixed up with a lot of paganism. I mean, Christianity today, if you are a Christian, you're a pagan. You have Christian trappings, and I put the word Christian in quotes also, because if we understand the truth of what's going on behind that, we know that that actually goes back to pagan worship also. And I've just decided that what I want to do is at some point I want to do a video and explain to you what it is when I say that Christianity, that word Christ, that it really goes back to sun worship, what that means, why I would even say that. But for now, let's just look at the 4th of July and basically where the paganism comes in, because I know there are people who are, probably like, well, okay, look, Sephora, okay, look, come on now. We know that for being a Hebrew, your ancestors were slaves during that time, so yeah, okay, we can accept that you would probably not want to see this as a holiday. Well, that's cool. And I'm telling you that if you truly are a believer, if you are a Netzari, if you are Netzarim, okay, if you are a branch of the vine who is Yahushua HaMashiach, Yahushua the Messiah, then you would not be celebrating this day either. We know that the Messiah, he said that he came to fulfill the law. He did not come, he did not come to destroy the law or any of that. He came to fulfill it and to uphold it, and he did. And we know that that the Hebrew-Israelites, that the oracles that we received through Moses, that we do not in any way, shape, or form have any dealings with any type of paganism. And so when I tell you that there is paganism behind this holiday, just know that I'm coming from a place of truth, that I'm coming from a place of research, that I'm coming from a place of honesty, that I'm not coming from just, some knee-jerk reactionary ideology or stance. I'm going to give you some truth here, and you can research this for yourself. Okay, basically this is it in a nutshell. You had in the northern hemisphere, okay, you had those who followed the Julian calendar, okay, and then you had a changeover to the Gregorian calendar, and there was basically an 11-day discrepancy between the two, okay. June 23rd. The Julian calendar marked June 23rd as being midsummer. Okay, that was the solstice. That was the summer solstice. It's June 23rd. Okay, now 11 days, you can count it out for yourself. I mean, I just did it. Okay, 11 days. It fought in the Gregorian calendar. Remember that 11-day discrepancy? What would that be? July 4th. Okay, now come on, let's do some math, people. Come on, let's just when you use that phrase, do the math. Another way to say it is like, let's just see if we can connect the dots. We know, okay, that this is basically Job 9:24. We know that the world has been given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked leaders, they are, the powers that be, they are worshiping these pagan deities. They always have, they always will. What is it that that the tempter that he did to the Messiah? He took him up to a high mountain, and he showed him all the kingdoms of the world, and he said, all of these are mine, and they'll all be yours if you just fall down and worship me. And of course, Yahushua HaMashiach, he did not do that. Yahushua the Messiah, he did not do that. But we know that these leaders that are in these high places, in these positions of power and wealth, they have done that, okay? They worship pagan deities, and all those pagan deities basically go back to the tempter, the accuser of the brethren, and the sistren, the Idrin, the accuser of the Idrin, the accuser of the saints, okay? And paganism, midsummer is summer solstice, okay? But they put it in they put it in Christian trappings, okay, to get these Christians to go to come on board and do it, and that's exactly what they did. So okay, so let's look at what they did in terms of trying to get Christians, okay, and trying to get those European Gentile believers. Let's just use that phrase, the European Gentile believers. How did they get them to come on board with it? Because they were strong. They had been taught by Hebrew-Israelites, followers of the Messiah, Nitzarim of the Messiah. Okay, that's who converted them. They were strong in that, and so they knew if they told them, well, this is a summer solstice, come on, everybody needs to celebrate it, they were basically told no. Okay, but they got them. They put some Christian quote-unquote trappings around it, and they got them. What was it? Well, if you go into a lot of Northern European countries, they will not talk about midsummer. They will not talk about Midsummer's Eve, but they'll talk about something called the Festival of John. Okay, they're talking about John the Baptist, because in terms of some of the trappings that they've done to hide this paganism, December 25th is the day that they celebrate the birth of the Messiah. 6 months later, June 23rd, okay, they celebrate it's the eve of June 24th, they're telling them that they are celebrating the birth, okay, of John the Baptist, okay, because John the Baptist, what he said is, he must increase and I must decrease, okay. So this is they do this. This is how they get them trapped. Midsummer's Eve is summer solstice, which is on June 23rd, and they tell them that what they're doing is that it has to do with John the Baptist and celebrating John the Baptist. But we know that midsummer, this summer solstice, these pagans are out there, these Druids. Come on, many of us have friends that are Druids that are into this. Come on now. When I didn't know any better, I would be invited to go to summer solstice events, and I went to them. I didn't know what the heck was going on, but I knew that you had fun and you ate good food. Okay, so I went. I didn't know what I was really doing. But what they do, they built these fires, and there's revelry. They're drinking wine. They're eating good food. They're running off having sex. I mean, it's a pagan. This is what they do. Okay, but they would tell these Christians, that these fires are about John the Baptist, and they believed it and they bought into it. Okay, but that is really what this holiday is about. So if you have any shred of a belief in the Messiah, okay, you would not be celebrating this day. If you have a belief in the Almighty Father and what He said about paganism, you will not be celebrating this day. Forget the patriotism, because that's just another one of the trappings. Okay, what you're really doing is you're celebrating one of their age-old, timeless pagan holidays, summer solstice. According to, remember, go 11 days back. According to the Julian calendar, that's what this is all about. Okay, I just wanted to say that I have a few more videos that I wanted to do, but I wanted to make this brief, and so this is brief. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, with that I say shalom.